thought there. Maxim, what did you hear? What would you like to add?
Well, indeed, the knowledge about Europe is very low because the first-line media doesn't allow the room for the European story to be told. And it's very difficult for people to know what is going on in Europe because local governments don't give that room. And of course, also not on social media. You need to put your local and national pride aside and make it into a real European one. And you need to show the citizens the truth about where your funding is coming from, where your ideas are coming from, where your network is coming from. And of course, as progressives in general, and certainly as a progressive mayor, for example, it's very difficult to get enough media coverage and to tell the whole story. And due to the rat race, you easily decide to give all the credits to yourself and to your own team, basically, and to the local level. This is, of course, the same problem for the European elections. But please, let's stop treating the European elections as they are not important enough for national party benefits. And this is a responsibility from all of us, because we are all responsible for what we share on social media. But of course, the bottom-up respect from the local level is of equal value, actually, to the top-down feedback from Europe to the local level. And by this, it's the task of the elected Europeans to have a dialogue with the local level and to communicate with more tailor-made subjects which tackle the real urban problems and the urban structure and its surroundings. And this is very important, and we also need to diversify our messages so that we can reach the right target groups and also the right generations. If you get this wrong, and if it gets, let's say, boring on social media, you lose specifically the young people and you will never get them back. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it's very hard for us progressives to balance our messages on social media between telling the complete truth and telling the whole story and all its nuances. And of course, those stories are way harder to digest. It's a fast-moving media, so it's hard to tell the whole story. Or do we need to talk more in slogans and tell some half-truths in order to get the attention of specifically the young people? Mm-hmm. Of course, it is our task to bring some sort of, let's say, morality back to the social media. And we have to fight against those populist fake news media and those half-truths. But if we want to bring back the social media to neutral grounds and gain a lot of followers and also keep those followers, after that we can start talking about the long and difficult story. And then we can achieve what we really want to transfer in our message. We don't need to be afraid to use a bit of, let's say, I call it positive populism, and have a clear view on our final message we want to transfer. Then we can make the social media, which is basically the incarnation of populism, into a platform of good information, understanding, and real debate. Platforms like the one of the Together initiative is the perfect start to achieve this. Okay. And so the final goal needs to be that this pulse of Europe becomes a real, strong, and reliable heartbeat again.
Thank you. Thank you. I think you sort of pick up, and we can talk a bit about that in what clear. But I'm going to park it there because I want to have the last word from Maxim. You've heard lots of different things from, all of our discussants here. You said, first-line media. You heard of somebody call there, why can't we have a kind of a CNN where we debate things and then we can critically think and then we know how to go forward. Last words, please, from you.
I will stick to Clément's comment. Indeed, local communities are still the reason why we go to vote. And actually, if we project Europe on a city like Bruges, it's actually the same. Europe is very diverse. There are living a huge amount of people with diverse background, diverse histories, diverse traditions. And that's the same in the city. So if we start working in the city and start to understand each other, start to understand your neighbor, we automatically will become more progressive, because we know why we are going to vote and for what we are going to vote. But of course, a lot of people also went to vote the previous time, and they did now. But where is the feedback? It is our task to give feedback in a tailor-made way. Social media is made to limit your target groups, so please, let's use it in that way. And if we understand each other's problems, and I come back to Bruges, it's a bit like our common bridges. And if we don't agree on our common bridges, nothing will move, and there will be no pearls in your city, and there will be no pearls in Europe. That's basically it.
Thank you very much.